Mrs. Dimple Shah had been treated by her pulmonologist for around 6 years, and slowly she had worsening of her lung function to the extent that she was dependent on oxygen, and she would desaturate very rapidly, even with 10 to 15 steps. And so because of her worsening of her interstitial lung disease, all the conservative measures failed and medications didn't work beyond a point, and so the only option available for her was a bilateral lung transplant. The donor is like a 20-year-old girl residing in the border between Andhra Pradesh and Tamil Nadu, and she died in a road accident in near Gummadipundi village in Tamil Nadu, and she had a severe head injury, and she was shifted to RGGH, Rajiv Gandhi Government Hospital, where she was declared brain dead. And we assessed her, and we found her lung was good for transplant. And that's how Dr. Prem had gone for the assessment. And from his initial assessment, the blood gases and bronchoscopy was very good, pristine. So that's why we decided to use the lungs.
So the surgery itself is a very complicated surgery. It requires extreme meticulousness in executing the surgery. So blood loss is usually avoided, and we need to support the heart and lungs on an external system. So in that, it's usually commonly referred as cardiopulmonary bypass system. And a little more advanced is a veno arterial ECMO system, which we did for this patient, reducing the complications of a cardiopulmonary bypass. And also the fact that once the lung is transplanted, the need for ECMO support was also thought about. And since the lungs are all functioning well, we did not do that. And post-transplant survival rate depends on how well the patient is on follow-up and how well they are compliant with the medications and regular follow-ups, so as to identify the early signs of rejection and also infection control, which are the huge threats. So they do well if they do well in the first year.
This patient paid close to 25 lakhs. And in her case, the Gujarat government had supported her with 7.5 lakhs, and some donors and friends and family also supported her. And the usual cost of lung transplant is anywhere between 25 to 30 lakhs. The insurances, government insurances in Tamil Nadu supported for the Tamil Nadu citizens, but it would be good if all the state governments take up under their state health insurance schemes, or the central government makes measures in the Ayushman Bharat scheme to help the poor people with the transplants, because the medicines used, the hospital stay, everything is expensive, and so the hospitals cannot subsidize it to a great extent, and also the post-operative cost is very unpredictable in lung transplant, and that's why the cost of lung transplant surgery is anywhere between 25 to 30 lakhs.
Tamil Nadu has always been leading the way. They've been pioneers in organ transplant from a long time before. So they were an organized body. Like initially, they were supported by NGO organization, Women Foundation. Subsequently, the Tamil Nadu government adopted a lot of protocols from them and then formed this governing body, Transtran. And now there's also other reasons. It's based on the altruism of the donor family and the science of transplantation itself, and the corporate willingness to provide support to complicated logistics. So if we are looking at Tamil Nadu, they have a very good awareness regarding donation programs. So the rate of donation is very high, that is one. And second, the medical skilled faculty available in Chennai is very high. And also the corporate support is also good, making it as a transplant hub for the country.
Well, alive you could probably donate liver and kidneys, because one kidney can be used and part of the liver can be used. But when you're brain dead, you can donate from your eyes to your heart, lungs, liver, 2 kidneys, small intestine, skin, and corneas. The state governments, under their insurance scheme, are trying to cover up for transplants as well, and many states in the country have been supporting organ transplants. Some trying to refund the cost expenditure fully, well, some partially. But if the governments come forward to support organ transplants by allocating funds for transplant, that will be a step forward. And also, if you look at the number of transplants happening in the whole country, it's probably less than like 3,000 to 4,000 transplants if you take all the organs together. So the central government themselves can allocate funds for transplants happening. See, most of the transplants happen only in private institutions, and that's why it looks expensive. And if the government, hospitals also come forward to do these organ transplant surgeries, that would make it accessible to the poor people.
So there are state bodies governing the organ donations. So each state has a organ and tissue transplant organization. So the patient, if they're willing, they can reach out to them. And there are a lot of NGOs also working towards this. If they express a willingness, they will issue a notice card, and the relators can inform once they are willing for a donation to the concerned hospital wherever they have been declared brain dead. So there are all the hospitals are equipped with all this grief counselors and transplant coordinators, who will take it forward.